Hi, New Life. My name is Jake, and this is my New Life story. I grew up in a Christian home, youngest of four. My dad was the worship pastor at the church that I grew up in, and my mom was on staff as well, so it was a big part of my life. We were very close as a family, and me and my siblings were all homeschooled together, and so we did a lot of things together. And I got involved with church in the youth group, leading worship, and I really was on fire for God, going to missions trips, Brazil, Mexico. I had a good relationship with Jesus and a very, very firm foundation. I went through junior college. I was in a lot of singing competitions. I represented Sonoma County in the Texaco Country Showdown, which is a big country music competition, and Sonoma County is where I grew up in Northern California. And I think that I was starting to try and act like this rock star, right? And I was very popular with my friends, with some people I didn't even know because of this, summer that I was going through. I started to step into an identity that I thought was me. And, as somebody that's charismatic and outgoing, and, I have a hard time saying no sometimes. It really, I think, brought me into a lifestyle that was definitely not good. Definitely not something that I can say I'm proud of. I mean, looking back on it, I was like, oh yeah, what a fun time in my life, but I wasn't being a good Christian, that's for sure. And when I transferred down to Cal State Fullerton, down in Southern California, I think that kind of continued, possibly even got worse with the party scene, still being, Good Time Charlie and the popular guy. And I mean, I was even voted best representative of the fraternity, the whole entire interfraternal council. Again, grew my head another 10 sizes. And, I just was on this, definitely church, the Christian life took a back seat during that time. Living in Newport Beach, surrounding myself with the friends that I did. We were all just young, dumb kids, and I thought that, life was good. And I think that I was trying to fill a void that couldn't be filled with alcohol, right? With girls, with, whatever I was getting into that weekend, right? And so there was one church that I attended that I loved in Orange County. And I remember I was listening to a new Corey Asbury song that they were singing in worship, where he talks about the shepherd leaving the 99. And as somebody who grew up in church, I've heard that story a million times. And it's just ironic to me that, I had forgotten about that story. And one thing that I'm reminded of today is, Jesus never forgot about that story. And he never forgets about us as individuals. No matter how far we stray, his grace is enough. And it's what's led me here today. I think that when I was living in Southern California and I met my wife, I was still, not on the straight and narrow for sure, but much improved, which hopefully is what attracted her. But I do know that, since we've been married and with our two beautiful children, we want to raise them in a godly home. And we want to be the people that my parents were, or at least I want to be the dad that I had growing up to my kids. And a lot of that it's going to stem from the firm foundation that was laid for me and just the relationship that I can have with Jesus. I just hope that, my kids see that and, they too want to, be involved with people and connecting with people, even though they're just little, 3-year-old and not even a 1-year-old yet. But I hope that, this is something that I'm starting to lay a foundation for them.